students. So today we'll cover the next topic of the chapter, alternative centers of power or the new centers of power. As you know, the CBSE has updated the syllabus. They have also provided certain sub-added topics to the chapter. So this is one of the sub-added topics, and in the next two videos we'll discuss BRICS and as well as SAARC with you, and then the chapter will get over. All right, so let's just come here and see the map. If you see the map, then you will find Israel on the southeastern side, shores of Mediterranean Sea. Okay, and if you see the neighboring countries of Israel, you find Egypt, Jordan, Syria, Lebanon. So these are the countries of Arab origin. All right, so they belong to a region which they speak, they are dominantly Muslim nations. All right, and Israel being the state of Israel is the only Jewish nation in the modern period. Okay, if you see. Okay, so this is the topic or this is the paragraph which has been added by CBSE. So Israel has emerged as one of the most powerful nations in the 21st century, because if you see the creation, when it was created, it was only created in the year 1948. And this land which you see, the Israel, the land, it belonged to the Palestine before. Earlier, if you see the map of Israel in 1947, there you'll not find Israel as such. You'll find a land that is Palestine. Okay, but UN mediated in the year 1948 and they divided the land into two, Israel and Palestine. All right, and as you know that Israel is being surrounded by the Arab countries, so they are the enemies of the Israel nation. So they have Israel and these Arab nations, they have fought a series of wars. All right, and in different wars, Israel has managed to occupy more lands. Okay, and slowly they have acquired more lands. And currently, if you see the map of Israel, you'll find two areas in Israel. On the left hand side, you'll find a Gaza Strip. On the right hand side, you'll find West Bank. So these are the only two regions that belongs to Palestine, and Palestine again being Arab country. All right, I hope this much is clear. The map is clear, the idea is clear. When it was formed, Israel, when it was formed, and how it was formed, and where it was formed. All right, and so what are the reasons that has contributed for the development of Israel as an alternative center? So first of all, you have to keep in mind it's science and technology. All right, science and technology of Israel. So in 1969, if you see, Israel was the first country ever to use drone for its defense purposes. Okay. And also, if we focus on the science and technology, then you'll see that Israel again was one of the first country to use robots in place of soldiers. And yes, Israel is doing quite well among the other countries. It's a small nation on the map, but still this small nation is working quite well. All right, even its defense has to be strong because it is surrounded by the countries which are its enemy. So it's a situation of do or die. That is why Israel is equipping its military with the best forces. All right, and if you see the intelligence agency, that is Mossad, it is also working for the country very well. Okay, and it is situated in the middle of burning politics of Asian countries, the West Asian countries. If you see the West Asian countries, this is the West Asia. So it is situated at the middle. This is only land of Jews which has to see what is going on for the Jews. Okay, they have to fight every war in order to protect their territory. And they have fought in the past. They have fought quite a number of wars with the Arab countries as well, in order to protect their religion, in order to protect their ethnicity, their land, the people. Okay, As I've told you, it was a situation they have to do it or die. Okay, that is why they are working for their science, technology, even in education. All right, education is proper, healthcare facilities provided to the people is very good in Israel. Now they have reached to the heights of global political standards of indomitable defense powers. Yes, see, they are being funded by uh, because Israel believes in strong international alliance, and one of the truest friendship which we can see between USA and Israel, and which has been helping Israel to develop as a nation. All right, also to mention the technological innovations, the new innovations that Israel is investing on, industrialization, even on agriculture. If we talk about agriculture of Israel, we have to focus on biofertilizers, like the use of biofertilizers. All right, they are using drip agriculture, even they are monitoring their agriculture through satellites. Okay, and sustaining against adversity, yes, because they are sustaining themselves, because they are surrounded by such countries in which a small Jewish Zionist nation, okay, this entire nation of Israel belong to Jews, okay, and they are dominated by the Arab dominated countries, West Asian countries in particular. Okay, and if you see, you can read about also the Arab Palestine issues. Okay, because Palestine, being an Arab country, has been handed over to Israel, and what were the disputes aftermath to it? All right, because how Israel is successful in controlling or gaining over control over the land of Palestine. We have to see. All right, but as per your syllabus, you just have to read how Israel is successful being the alternative centers of power. We have to mention its science and technology, defense, all right, its investment in agriculture, industries, and also the relation with USA, because USA is funding Israel. All right, so I hope this topic is also clear to you people. If you have any doubt, you can write down in the comment sections. Also, you can ask me later on. So thank you.